Some parents may already be familiar with the term social emotional learning, but with the return to in-person schooling, more educators are calling it critical to a student's success.
So those skills have nothing to do with the reading, writing, arithmetic. Instead, it's about concepts, including empathy and goal setting. Today in the base, Kris Sanchez is here with that interesting news here. So, Kris, you say this is even boosting the test scores amongst those students.
Yeah, you hear a lot of teachers say that they have to stick to the basics because that's what the tests kind of measure. But upon the return to the classroom, a lot of students were struggling, not just academically. Teachers say students were having trouble connecting to each other and feeling a sense of belonging at school because of those years of disconnection during distance learning. But teachers and families at San Jose's Meadows Elementary School in the Franklin-McKinley district found that taking the time to grow those social emotional connections helped students feel better and perform better on their tests. They did it through a nonprofit called Power My Learning, which creates workshops to help educators help the students develop things like interpersonal skills, self-awareness, and positive behavior. The principal says taking that time to address the students' social emotional learning, or SEL, boosted reading scores by 13% and math scores by 7%.
Having conflicts with others, how do they resolve those, and how do they problem solve, and how do they approach challenge and defeat, and how do we develop the growth mindset? So that really was our work for last year. Of course, teaching reading and math alongside of it.
We know that students coming in from the pandemic experienced a lot of trauma, and so it's helping teachers and school leaders to really understand the language of trauma, first of all, and how to identify it.
The nonprofit says you can help support your child's social emotional learning at home by asking them how to teach you things, which reinforces what they have learned. And when your child's working on homework, ask them questions like what strategies they use or how they can use this in the real world, and partnering, of course, with your child's school and teachers. Now, according to the National Education Association, some activists have taken aim at SEL. They say that it's indoctrination, but the NEA says that the research shows that there is that positive correlation with testing and that parents receive it pretty well, even if the kids kind of guffaw about it, right?
Yeah, exactly. But it's good. It's important to talk to them about what's going on. And there's been so many changes and transitions for kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very true.
I mean, you have to make that connection. Right. It's not just about the academics because they leave school eventually and go into the world.